Welcome back to FoodTrek. I'm Chef Gilbert here on 17th Avenue in Calgary. I'm here at Fassil Ethiopian Restaurant with owner-operator Moges Aman. Now, Moges, how long have you been here?
In Calgary, we have 10 years, and before Calgary, we have 13 years was in Vancouver.
So the people who don't know much about Ethiopian cuisine, how do we tell them about it? How do we describe it?
Okay.
Is it similar to Middle Eastern? Is it similar to African? I know there's very fragrant, lots of spices.
Okay. Ethiopian food is completely different from others,
Yes.
and then we have different type of foods. We use meat dish and vegetable dishes. Most of the time, the vegetable dishes was normally eaten on Wednesday and Friday because of the Orthodox dominated religion.
I see.
And there is a fasting time also. Most of the time is we have is vegetable foods. Other than is we have to eat, according to the religion, is we have to have a fish, is like basa and normal fish, and chicken, lamb, beef, and goat. We have that one. The rest one is forbidden by the religion, so
Okay.
only follow this type of foods we had it. So our dishes are rich a lot of spices, and all ingredients is coming is from Ethiopia. I'm imported from Ethiopia, and most of the time when I'm traveling to see my families, and my wife, when she travels to the families, she brought for the restaurant most of the time.
Okay.
And if we have shortage, we have to buy from some local
And then
ethnic.
you mix your own blend of spices. I noticed that there are two kinds that you have. One is spicy, one is mild. So when you do this blend of spice there, I think it's mentioned in your menu that you have, one has at least 12 or 14 different spices in a mix.
Yes. When we use the spicy foods, and we call it berbere, that is
yeah.
red pepper. That red pepper is a different type of, the heat is different type.
Right.
So to decrease the heat, we use a lot of things, about 17 different type of herbs.
17?
Yes. Those 17 herbs brings off like the taste is down,
Right.
and
The
then
heat down.
the heat down.
Yeah.
Plus its flavor is coming, and all the dishes, that's why it's different
There's a
from
lot
other
of flavor. This I
with
noticed.
flavors, yeah. So we use it for lamb,
Yeah.
for beef, and for chicken, and we call it tips.
Tips.
Yeah.
And what about the vegetables?
The vegetables is we have is most of the time is all this what we have.
But they're
It's-
mild in as far as spice goes.
This is the yellow ones is mild ones.
Okay.
The spinach is mild ones. So the yellow is yellow split peas. Yellow split peas
Well, I
is
thought it was corn, but it is yellow
no,
split
this
pea.
is
Okay.
yellow split peas. This yellow split pieces we make it on mild because of we have the other dishes. Lentils is make it spicy.
Okay.
So to compensate both, to make a balance, is we
Yeah.
use these things. And the ground chickpeas is completely is different from all of these ones.
What do we call this one?
Shiro.
Shiro. Okay.
Shiro is popular, and the low and the rich people, even the middle class, is having daily and every time.
Okay.
So this is a popular dish.
So that's a staple of Ethiopian cuisine. the
cuisine,
shiro.
yes.
Okay.
So this shiro is flavored of more than 15 or 16 type of things Italian.
Okay.
So that's why it is a fasting time is we had this one in regular times we had to use some.
Okay.
And Ethiopian popular dish is doro wat, that is chicken stew. So and kai wat.
Yeah.
So that is a very popular one in Ethiopia. If you have a guest, is you have to make a complete chicken dish that will be have different type of the body part of it. So if it is 11, that is you fail because of not disrespecting, but
you have to have a certain number of,
yes,
parts of the chicken.
The chicken must have be there,
Okay,
so that
that's
will fulfill, and it is eggs and everything. So we use is not a bread in Ethiopia. So
injera.
Injera.
So that's a very important part
Yes.
of the cooking or for eating, because you don't use utensils.
Yes.
You use, you mentioned to me something about using utensils that is, it's like an interference of life, you mentioned.
Yes.
Explain.
Yes. The injera is have to make a dough at the night time, and we make a fermentation by itself.
Right.
This fermentation makes of the yeast, and we exclude most of the yeast, and it remains some.
But to explain to our viewers, injera traditionally is made from teff.
Teff,
Teff is a grass with tiny seeds similar to quinoa, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so, but in this part here, you've mixed it with a barley flour.
Yes, because
Okay.
of we mix injera is half 50% teff and 50% barley flour. Our restaurant.
Your restaurant, okay.
Because others they use different type of injera, so ours is just this is a way to be for we matches with our food.
Right.
So the barley is 50%, the teff is 50%. The teff is by itself is rich of iron.
Rich of iron. And gluten-free.
It's gluten free.
Very, very important for those people
Yes.
out there who are concerned about gluten.
That is
That if you were to have the injera with just made with teff, it would be almost
It's completely gluten-free,
But
yes.
with a little bit of addition of the barley flour,
that is
then you add a little
partially that is it has a gluten free, not 100% gluten free. Certain percentage should be, and this is what we have. And most of the time is we eat by hand. There is no we use of utensils, spoons, forks, and other stuffs. We use a spoon to pull out the stew, but not
no
for
utensils.
eating.
And the reason?
The reason of that one is because of, according to the religion, the food gives you the life, and the life cycle will be when you using of the injera with utensil, something is interrupting between you and the food.
So there's no direct connection from...
No direct connections.
Okay, so you need the injera to give you...
You, and then when you're touching of by hand and everything, you test everything, and you have to, your size exactly is to...
The complete life cycle using injera.
Yes. And that is the reason of that is Ethiopian dish is different, and then the spice is different, and the culture is completely different. And even all those 2-3 religions we have most of the time is 45% was Orthodox, 40% was Muslim, 3% of Judaism, and 2% of different type of religions it has it. So the variety of people, there is no any problems in about of religion, about anything. So Ethiopia is the best of the best,
Right.
I can say.
So now, if you were to show me how you would eat some of their food using the injera. So you take some of the bread. Go ahead.
So anybody comes to this restaurant, the first time is, this is a bread.
What do we do with this? And now you're going to show us.
This is injera.
Yeah.
I cut a little small piece, and this is and then I have to put anywhere, whatever I like, and then...
what do you like?
And just within the bread, and put the top, and use your fingers like this, and then grabbing. And this thumb will be going to fold it, and to make it strongest, then you have to fold it, and it's easy.
So it keeps it all together.
Yeah.
So I can do this with the... Which
anywhere.
one?
This is the lamb.
The lamb.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do this. Delicious.
Yeah. And then this is the fish. The fish.
So let's describe what we have over here.
Okay.
So you mentioned the chickpea.
This is the chickpeas. This is cabbage, potato, and carrots.
Cabbage, potato, carrots.
That's mixed together. And then you have spinach.
Spinach.
Yeah. And this is lentils.
Lentils.
And this is yellow split peas.
Yellow split pea.
Yes. So this is the most dominant vegetables we have to use in Ethiopia. And
of course, the meats, we've got the lamb I just had.
yeah, that's a lamb. The reddish color is mix of the spice.
That's the
There's the
Burberry.
spice, Burberry sauce. That
Burberry
we'll talk
sauce.
about of 17 ingredients it has it. But this one is without it.
So you have a spicy one with the Burberry, and you have the mild
Yes.
lamb there.
Yeah.
And,
And-
of course, many of your dishes are available either mild or with a little bit of heat to them.
Yes, because of I ask the customers before
Yes.
when they order it, and then
How do you want it?
how do you want it.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing.
Okay.
So this is the chicken, the spicy one. This is the mild one. Also, that's the fish. We have the basa fillets we're using it.
Pasta fillet.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we have.
And the chicken,
Is that the spicy one?
Yeah.
Tips number 10
Tebs number 10.
Yeah.
That's on the menu.
on the menu. This is number 14. This is number 13. This
I
is the
think you
beef
go
is
through
number.
all the numbers here, and you'd end up with a great dinner.
Yes.
I'd like to try all the numbers myself.
No problem.
There we go. So
Okay.
this is the basa, this is the chickpea, we have the
Cabbage.
and carrot, spinach, chicken, lamb spicy, lamb not so spicy, and two lentils and spinach.
Yeah, and that's the beef on the other side.
And that's the beef.
Yes, beef.
And none could be eaten properly without the number one ingredient or the number one helper, the injera.
Yes, just you have to use the injera. The injera makes of the balance of decreasing of the strength of the
So the power of
yes.
the heat.
Yeah,
So
the heat, yeah.
it cools it down.
it cools down.
Yeah.
So that's
and of course,
the
it's
most
also a tool to use it
To
when
use
you're,
it how to
when you're
eat.
eating your food.
yeah.
Now,
That's a utensil for it.
okay. Now, when I can see that by the injera when it's cooked. So 3 days of fermentation, and it's cooked in a pan, a special pan, obviously, and only one side.
Yes.
So because you don't see this, you don't flip it over like a pancake.
No.
So
no.
it's just cooked on one side.
Okay, I'll explain this one, and just
There they are.
you can see a lot of ice.
Yeah.
Because of the only injera we have is because of mix of the fermentation. That fermentation is mix of bubbles when
Yeah.
you pour it on the skillet.
On the skillet.
Yeah, then you cover it in 1 minute or less than a minute sometimes.
all it takes to cook
That's
this
it.
thing.
Then
So
you
a
open
minute.
it, it comes like that, and then this must have be all ice. If it is closed ice, that fermentation is not correct.
Okay, so in other words, the bubbles have to be all opened up.
Yeah, that is, for fermentation is perfectly, it is fermented.
Right.
Otherwise, if it is like...
If it's flat,
it's flat,
then it
it's
hasn't
not,
worked.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't
we
work.
need to have all those bubbles open up.
Yes.
And to
Yeah,
create.
you can, when you pour it, you
Yeah.
can't see it, it is completely, it is pop up like.
There we go. So we have the properly made injera right here.
Yes.
And of course, this is one dish that you can order where you have all different items on one platter.
Yeah, for one person to make this one is very expensive, so impossible to make it.
Also, too much food for one
Too
person.
much food for one person
Yeah.
also, and
Oh.
then if it's a group of this, is about feeding of 6 people.
Easy. I think
Yeah.
this is easy, especially
For 6 people.
Injera, we have
Yes.
a great variety of foods here, and for 6 people, that would be a great meal.
Yes, and it's for 2 people when coming is number 1 choice should be number 6. That's the veg combination. It
Yeah.
gives you five items, the small ones, and then you can add fish, lamb, or beef, and then that will be good for 2 people. It's enough, and it's not too much. It is not smaller.
Now, when we talked before, Bogus, we said, is there a dessert item? And he said there's not really much sweetness because sugar wasn't popular in Ethiopia at the time. It was mostly honey.
Yes.
So there isn't much of a dessert selection unless you have sugar in your coffee.
The dessert is normally is not available in Ethiopia because of in traditional way.
Right.
And after you eat is you enjoying of honey mead. That is we call it taj.
And what is that?
Honey mead is like honey. It's alcohol.
Yeah.
But it is made up of honey only.
Oh, so now it's like a shot of after
No,
dinner.
no.
It's not liquid.
It's liquid,
Okay, so it's like a shot of liqueur.
not shot. That's a big
No, but I
size.
mean, it's
Yes.
a
Yeah.
good amount.
Yes, or beer, or any tequila type of local things you can
So
drink.
that's your dessert, a large drink.
Just drinking is better.
Some people might like that.
Yeah. Yes, Ethiopia has the last, before I left in the country, it's have about 35 years. And hides and skins and oil, and so that was our incomes.
Yeah.
And the other one is the tourism ones.
Tourism.
Tourism is a lot of history. Ethiopia it has it. And for example, we have is the second highest mountain. Kilimanjaro is in Kenya, Ras Dashen is in Ethiopia. And animals, if we're coming to the red fox,
The red
is
fox.
originally is in Ethiopia.
Okay.
Ibex
The
is
ibex.
in Ethiopia. Baboons is you can find those is.
And of course, the origins of mankind. I mean, you mentioned
Yes.
they will find Lucy.
Yes. So the origin of the human being, I can say, is its originally is in Ethiopia. So Lucy was found 4.5 million years old, and maybe I say she will be Eve. We are looking at now is Adam, so we might find him in
It's
Ethiopia
possible,
also.
yes. If we go back in history, there is
Yes.
Ethiopia is very rich in history.
Rich in history, according to the religions, we have 3 different religions, I mentioned it. And then we have the precious animals, I mentioned 3 of it.
Yeah.
And the highest mountain.
Yeah.
Also, is the longest river in the world, it is the Nile River. It starts from Lake Tana and going through all about 6 or 7 provinces, then going to Sudan and ended up on Egypt, then Mediterranean Sea.
Right.
So this is the longest river in the world. We had it.
Right.
And we have a lake that is, I think Lake Rudolph is the other one. Lake Tana is the second one in Africa.
Lake Tanganyika, yes.
Yeah. And we have 13 months of sunshine. Our calendar is different than of this
And
calendar.
the alphabet you mentioned,
Ethiopia has its own alphabet.
Yeah.
It's 33 letters we have in it. 33 times 7 sounds, like A, E, I, O, U is 5,
Okay.
but we have 7 sounds. So I can write is like ta, ta, ta,
it's a different sound.
che. For this, there is no way in English.
Right.
So we can write on this ones, and then anything I can hear is I can write it in Amharic. And the only thing is I can't write it is this sound is not impossible. This, or except this one is we can.
That's
can
almost like a kiss.
yeah, the kiss word is we can.
Okay.
The
Oh, you
sound
can't write a kiss word?
Yeah, that is just
That's interesting.
by words only.
Okay.
So we have 13 months like coming back to the 30
Right.
months of the sunshine. Each month have 30 days. The last month have 5 days is unpaid. And that comes of 365. And our calendar is 2008. And here I am celebrating of 2 New Years,
2 New
2
Years.
Eastern holidays, 2 Christmases, and these things. So our New Year is starting of September 11, 2008 years ago, not 15 years ago, like 9/11, because the same day it happens, but the September 11 is we're celebrating of our New Year's and wishing of new things. That day has very historic things on that. King Solomon was giving the ring for Queen of Sheba, that is
Queen Sheba, yeah.
Unko means diamond, Tatash is for tat is finger.
Okay.
That's diamond for your finger. That's
diamond for your finger.
Tatash. So
Okay.
we celebrated 2 things. That's one is the New Year. Second thing, we celebrating of that one is
Okay.
like the golden, the diamond
Diamond anniversary.
rings. Yes, yeah, anniversaries on that of things.
So we celebrate history, we celebrate food,
Yes.
we celebrate coffee, and it's a mass celebration in Ethiopia.
Yes.
Now, another very important thing about, your after dinner,
Yeah.
coffee. And
Yes.
of course, we know the origins of coffee was Ethiopia. And You've roasted your own beans, I've noticed.
Yes.
And you make a traditional coffee. And you explained to me how you're serving your coffee with special pots, special little cups, and little incense.
Yes, the coffee is originally comes from Ethiopia, and Colombian coffees, Arabian coffees, you name it,
Yes.
that one is coming after. So the ancient tradition when Ethiopia has using of the Red Sea with Greeks and Far East to China,
Yeah.
and merchants they came, they had a coffee, but they don't know exactly the name of the coffee. They name it after to purchase when they coming, but we call it bunna in Amharic in Ethiopia.
Bunna.
Bunna.
Okay.
But coffee is the province which produces a lot of coffee is the name of that province is Kaffa.
Kaffa.
Those people they they understand, and instead of to
Hence
say
the
bunna,
name coffee.
then they think they know that province Kaffa. So
Okay.
to say Kaffa is they say coffee.
Okay.
Then that exchange
That
is
makes
coming
sense.
through. So the coffee comes for the name of the province is Kaffa, that is the greatest producer of coffee. This is the incense.
Incense. Okay. That's incense.
Different type of incense we use to make the best moods.
Yes. Anything to do with the evil spirits?
No, that is a good
My mother
spirit.
used to do this sometimes. Okay, Mogas, we have here your heritage coffee, and traditionally served in this beautiful coffee pot with incense and these cups. So this is the way it's served.
Yes. And
What is the incense, by the way?
the incense is to bring of good mood,
Okay.
and then you have to refresh on something like that. And then the coffee by itself it makes you wake up, and then no headaches, nothing else. And this coffee, what we had here is just natural coffee.
So you roasted it
additives,
yourself, I can
yes.
see, yeah.
We roasted the green coffee,
Yeah.
and then after that we grind it, and then we boil the water,
Yeah.
and then mix it together, and now it is settled. When settled, we have to pour it.
You know, you make food from scratch, but you make coffee from scratch.
Yes.
I haven't seen anyone do that before. Actually roasting your bean and brewing it in a pot like this and with the incense.
Yes.
Getting into the mood of coffee.
Yes.
Maybe we'll make a song about that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And this is the way to be. And then we ask the people if they need sugar
Yeah.
or not.
Right.
Because this is a sugar pot. So if you need sugars, we put first sugar.
Okay.
And when you pour it, it is completely melted.
Okay.
So you don't need to
No stirring.
yeah.
Okay.
And if it is not, sometimes we add and stirring it. So this is the way to be.
Now that's coffee. I can smell it.
Yes.
I mean, I smelled it all being roasted. Now I can smell it being poured out into your
Yeah.
cup. And with the incense, you know, this is a new way of having coffee.
Coffee, yes. That's a traditional with a long time.
And to those people out there who think Tim Horton invented coffee, he didn't. It came
Yeah.
from Ethiopia.
Yes. Okay. And
Which one is hard as sugar? Let me just try this.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's-
delicious.
Yes,
I mean,
thank you. A nice one.
I drink coffee, you know, every once in a while, but I drink tea a lot. But this coffee is as good a coffee as I've ever had. And it's done from scratch.
Yes, it takes
And
about
it's
30 minutes to make it.
30 minutes.
Yes. And because of from scratch started and
Yeah. And that's besides roasting the beans, right?
Yes.
So after you roast the beans, it's 30 minutes to prepare a good
prepare
cup of
everything
coffee.
from up, yes.
That
but
is-
our ceremony is takes of three
Right.
times. We boil
That
it
is
and
a
then-
delicious cup of coffee.
Okay, thank you.
We've been visiting with Moga Zaman of Fassil Ethiopian Restaurant, and we want to thank you for inviting us into your place, and we've enjoyed the food and, of course, the wonderful coffee and the hospitality Thank you, Mogis.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everything.
Thanks.
And this is a coffee ceremony, the food, what we have it, and then our restaurant was 10 years in Calgary,
Yeah.
and 13 years in Vancouver we had. So we sold that one, we bought here, and then still the same name they use.
Yeah.
But we here we have is 10 years, and I'm proud of serving of people, and I'm happy. And ask me anything if you have questions when you're coming. If you don't know the food the first timers, and then I can explain.
Ask you and you will
to
explain
make you
things.
more comfortable, and then to enjoy the food. And this is the way of.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In the words of Leonard Nimoy, live long and prosper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.